All right, so this is my Red Sea Reefer 425 XL. Just picked this up about 4 months ago, and got a lot of great tips from many of you on YouTube before I bought this unit. So I thought I'd give back and share my experience so far, and hopefully it's helpful to any of you thinking about buying one of these units or something similar. It's very user-friendly right out of the box. It does allow you to use your own equipment, such as your skimmer and different pumps and whatnot. But other than that, it's pretty plug and play. But the first thing I did change on mine is it comes with a nice automatic top-off system. It's just sort of a gravity-fed system built into the sump. But it's the vessel is really it's less than 10 gallons and needs to be refilled too often for a tank of this size. So I travel quite a bit and found that was something I had to change. So what you can see I've done here is picked up a 40-gallon container and just run my ATO unit pump inside that container. It's obviously hooked up to my RO filter there that I just hook up to the garden hose once a month or so and filter it and fill it all the way up. And then it's got a little float valve in there as well, just in case I let it run too long. Found that's a pretty important little thing to add, because all of us have had a flood at one time or another. But for $6 or $7, that float valve is a great lifesaver. So I run tubing just right out the wall there, hidden with some cable management system there, but the tubing goes right into the back of the tank. And as you can see, I also built a frame on the back to hide the UV system that I have there. The tubing that they recommend for the UV sterilizer is actually pretty big, the unit itself, and so they're kind of hard to fit in the sump itself. So I just wanted that to be out of sight. So put that frame on, and then these are just sort of painted panels. I just used the crate that the aquarium came in and just painted it black and attached that with Velcro there. So kind of a nice clean look, I think. And you can see the tank itself, I'm going with a mixed reef, but I'm going to try to make it more SPS dominant and pick up a lot more acros. Got several small frags, and so got a long ways to go there, but that's the fun of the hobby, is watching the corals grow. So hopefully I'll have an update in 6 months or so when the reef gets more mature. But coming around this side, you can see obviously I'm using a Neptune controller there, and you can see the automatic feeder running off of Neptune. Pretty much everything I have on it that can be Neptune, I'm going with that just for consistency and being able to track everything off the internet. For lighting, I went with the T5 LED hybrid system and did a lot of research on that, and a lot of great information provided by the folks at BRS. And all the studies they've done really seems to show that having that blend of T5s with the LEDs gives you the best diffused light, and makes it a little more easy to not screw it up when it comes to the light. But I definitely wanted to stick with Kessels. It's hard to recreate that beautiful Kessel shimmer, so I do run 3 Kessels as well off that, and I'm able to kind of fine-tune the coloring that way and get the shimmer. But the real primary light source is off the T5s. And you can see too, I've got 4 gyres. I like them just because they stay up nice and high, and you don't get as much visibility of the pump on the sides. And it also gets the detritus and everything up nice and high in the pump or in the tank area. And also you don't get a lot of flow directly on the corals, so it's a little more easy to not screw it up in terms of having direct flow and maybe overwhelming a coral. So let's look under the hood here. So the Red Sea Reefers come with that sumps pre-built and tailor-made for the cabinet, and they're really nice, real glass, thick glass. And I just made a couple small modifications on mine. Of course, removing that automatic top-off vessel creates a little more room in here. I did, instead of putting the socks in there, it comes with two of these sort of rigid cups with slots in there. I bought a couple more of those and online, and just use floss in there, and that way it's easier to throw away the floss than to have to clean the filter socks every week or so. A lot less messy. And then I've also run a little bit of carbon in there, and sometimes I'll throw carbon in one or two of the filter cups as well, and they're very easy to clean. So you can see I've got a few different kinds of macroalgae there. Of course, the chaeto and having some of the red algae as well. And then I created a separate compartment there using this material from VRS. But that lettuce algae can get a little messy, so having it in a separate container there, or a separate area, makes it nice and clean. And using the Kessel sump lighting I found has been really just tremendous growth you get off that. That's something I run counter to the lighting in the aquarium, so the sump lights on it at night. And you've got this nice compartment here, sort of dry area you can use for a chiller, but it's great for electronics, and plenty of room here to work. So as you can see, of course, I'm running mostly Neptune products. The dosers I found have been really very, very precise and easy to use, easy to program. So I'm running my Triton methods off that. And I combined the core A and B just to make room for one extra on the back there where I put my acro power and dose that way. And one of the nice things about the Red Sea Reefer, they have this valve here on the overflow that really helps you fine tune the overflow so that you get really as quiet as possible and less gurgling on the backside. So you can see I went with the tubing for the returns, just keep the plumbing simple, and it's been really leak free and working well. The hard plumbing that comes with the Red Sea Reefer too has been holding up really well with no leaks. All right, so that's a quick look at my system, and hopefully have an update maybe 6 months or so when we get some more coral growth. And once again, thanks to everyone for putting information on YouTube and making this a fun hobby that's easy to get lots of ideas. All right, bye.